I am discussing to you the Article 1649-1654. So I'm the can continue the report of review. So Article 1649, the lessee or what we call tenant cannot assign the lease without the consent of the lessor or what we call landlord unless there is a stipulation to the contrary. So this article means that a tenant is not allowed to transfer the lease to another person unless the landlord agrees or the lease contract explicitly allows assignment without the landlord's consent. So an assignment of lease happens when the tenant transfers all his rights and obligation under the lease to the another person who then takes his place as a new tenant. So the reason for this rule is that the landlord has the right to choose who occupies and uses the property, since the new tenant's behavior, financial capacity, and reliability directly affect the landlord. So example 1, assignment without landlord's consent or not allowed. So the scenario, Ali rents a shop from Mr. Karem for 5 years. So Ali, nagrent siya og kanang shop ni Mr. Kim sa 5 ka tuig. So after 2 years, Ali decides to leave the business and assign the lease to Sarah without asking for Mr. Karem. So si Ali naka-decide nga muhawa siya sa iyang business and then iyang gihatag ni Sarah nga without asking nga wa siya nanangid ni Mr. Karem. So explanation, under Article 1649, this assignment is invalid because Ali did not obtain the landlord's consent. So Mr. Karim can't refuse to recognize Sarah as the tenant and may even demand termination of this lease depending on the law and contract. So we have another example. So this assignments allowed by stipulation. So mao na ni siya ang gi-allowed. So the scenario, Maria rents an apartment. The lease contract states the lessee may assign the lease to another person without the prior consent of the lessor. So later Maria assigns the lease to John. So the explanation, this assignment is valid because the contract contains a stipulation to the contrary, which allows assignment without the landlord's consent. In Article 1649 permits the exception. So next, let's proceed to Article 1650. When the lease contract does not expressly prohibited subleasing the lease, or the tenant may sublet the lease property in whole or in a part without prejudice to the contract toward the lessor, or what we call the landlord. So these articles allows a tenant to sublease the property as long as the lease contract does not clearly prohibited it. So sublease means, so ang sublease is kanang that tenant allows another person, or that we call sublease, to all or part of the lease property. So the original tenant remains responsible to the landlord without the prejudice to the contract towards the lessor means that subleasing must not violate the original lease terms and the landlord's rights remain fully protected. So even after subleasing, the landlord still deals with the original tenant. So the tenant is still liable for rent, damages, and obligation. So I have ito example. So the example 1 is subleasing the whole property. So kani allowed ni siya. So the scenario, David rents a house for a 1 year. So this si David ni rent siya og balay sa usa ka tuig. The lease contract does not mention subleasing at all. After 6 months, David moves to another city and sublease the entire house to Alex. So, explanation. Since there is no express prohibition in the lease contract, Article 6050 allows David to sublease the house. However, David remains responsible to the landlord for rent and any damages caused by Alex. So next, example 2. Subleasing a part of the property. So the scenario, Lina rents a 3-bedroom apartment. The lease contract does not prohibit subleasing. She subleased 1 bedroom to her friend Nina. Explanation. Article 1650 permits subleasing in a part when there is no express prohibition. Lina is still the main tenant and remains liable to the landlord for all obligation under the lease. So next, let's proceed to Article 1651. So without the predecede to his obligation towards the sublessor, the sublease is bound to the lessor for all acts which refer to the use and preservation of the thing leads in the manner stipulated between the lessor and the lessee. So these articles explain the legal responsibilities of the sublease, the person who rents from the tenant. So the sublease has 2 sets of obligation, which is toward the sublessor or the original tenant, and the second one is toward the lessor or the landlord. So toward the lessor or the original tenant based on the sublease agreement. And then the toward lessor or the landlord for property use and preservation of the property. Even though there is no direct lease contract between the landlord and the sublease, the law binds the subleasee to the landlord regarding how the property is used and maintained. So the following the terms of the original lease without the predecessee to his obligation toward the sublessor means that the sublease duties due to the landlord do not cancel or reduce his duties to the tenant. So I have examples. So example 1, damage to the property. The scenario, Mark rents an apartment from landlord A. So Mark sublease it to Paul. So the original lease requires the property to be used only as residence and to keep in a good condition. Paul damages with walls and flooring. So si Mark nagrent siya apartment ni landlord A. So si Mark nakasublease it to Paul. Then the original lease requires, so si Mark gi-require siya nga ang property is dapat lang jud sa naka-residence. And to keep it in condition, si Paul nakadamage siya og walls and flooring. So, explanation. Under Article 1651, si Paul is the sublessee. So, he is directly responsible to the landlord for damages affecting the use and preservation of the apartment. So, obligasyon gyapon ni Paul nga mo kuan siya sa landlord kay syempre naka-damage man siya. So, at the same time, Paul is also responsible to mark under the sublease. Dili lang kaayo si Paul na obligasyon ni landlord, apil na pud si Mark. Then the landlord may demand repair or compensation because Paul violated the terms of original lease. So, example 2, improper use of property. So, the scenario. Sarah rents a shop from a landlord for retail use only. She subleased it to Leo, who used it a small workshop that caused noise and structural stress. So, explanation. Even though Leo has no direct contract with the landlord, in the Article 1651 binds him to follow the same usage rule agreed upon in the main lease. So, si Leo is liable to the landlord for improper use, and he is also liable to Sarah for breaching the sublease. So, si Leo is liable jud siya ni landlord for improper use. So, next, let's proceed to Article 1652. The sublessee is subsidiarity liable to the lessor for any rent due from the lessee. However, the sublease shall not be responsible beyond the amount of rent due from him in accordance with the terms of sublessee of the time of the extrajudicial demand by the lessor. So, this article deals with rent when there is a sublease. Also, subsidiary liability means the primary debtor is still the lease or the original tenant. The sublease becomes liable only if the lessee fails to pay. So, sublessee liability is limited. He is responsible only up to the amount of rent he owes the lease, not the full rent of the main lease. The amount is determined at the time that landlord makes an extrajudicial demand or a formal demand for payment without going to court. So, this protects the sublessee from being forced to any more than that what actually owes under the sublease. So, there are two examples. So, example 1, sublessee pays unpaid rent or limited liability. So, scenario. Anna rents a building from a landlord worth 20,000 per month. She subleased part of it Ben for 8,000 per month. Anna fails to pay rent for 1 month. So, si Anna nakalimot og bayad sa usa ka buwan. At that time, Ben still owns Anna 8,000 in sublease rent. So, explanation. Under Article 1652, the landlord may demand payment from Ben only after Anna fails to pay. Ben's liability is limited to 8,000 pesos, the rent he owes Anna. Ben cannot be required to pay the full 20,000 pesos. Example 2, sublease not liable because no rent is due. Scenario: Carlos rent an apartment for 15,000 per month and sublease a room to Diego for 5,000 per month. Diego has already paid his rent in advance. Carlos fails to pay the landlord, who then makes an extrajudicial demand. So, explanation. At the time of the landlord's demand, Diego owns nothing to Carlos. Therefore, under Article 1652, Diego is not liable at all because the sublease cannot be held responsible beyond the rent due from him at the moment. So, let's continue. Article 1653. The provision governing warranty contained in the title on sale should be applicable to the contract of lease. In a case where the return of the price is required, reducting should be made in a proportion to the time during which the lease enjoy the thing. So these articles applies the rules and on a warranty in sales to contract of lease as far as they are compatible. Warranty in lease. The lessor or the landlord warrants that the leased property is fit for its intended use, so the lease can peacefully enjoy the property. There are no hidden defects that make the property unfit or seriously reduce its use. Return of the price or the rent. So, if because of an defect or breach of warranty, the lease must be rescinded or ended, the lease may be entitled to a refund or rent already paid. However, the law says the refund must be reduced proportionally to the period during which lease actually use and benefit from the property. So this prevents unjust enrichment of the lease. Example: hidden defect discovered during lease. So the scenario: Julia leased a warehouse for a 1 year and pays rent in advance. After 4 months, serious hidden structural defect appears. Oh no! Making the warehouse unsafe and unswable. The lease is terminated. So, explanation. Under Article 1653, the lessor is liable under warranty rules for hidden defects. Julia may demand a refund or rent, but only for the unused 8 months. So the rent for the 4 months she already used the warehouse is not refundable since she enjoyed the property during that time. So example 2, property unfit for intended use. So scenario: Mark leased a commercial. So after 2 months, it is discovered that the building has no proper sanitation system. A defect existing before the lease, making it illegal to operate a restaurant. So, explanation. This is a breach of warranty because the property is unfit for its intended purpose. So, if the lease is rescinded, Mark may recover the rent he paid, but the refund will be reduced by the rent corresponding to the 2 months he occupied the space. So the last part is Article 1654, Section 2. Rights and obligation of the lessor and the lessee, or the substance of the law. The lessor or the landlord is obliged to deliver things leased to the lessee, make the necessary repairs in order to keep it suitable for the use to which it has been devoted, maintain the lessee in the peaceful and adequate enjoyment of the lessee of the entire duration of the contract. So, explanation of this article. Article 1654 lists the principal obligation of the lessor. This obligation exists even if they are not expressly stated in the leasing contract because they are imposed by law. So first is obligation to deliver the things leased. So the lessor must deliver the property on time, deliver in the condition fit for the agreed purpose. If the property is not delivered or unstable at the start of the lease, the lessor is in breach. Obligation to make necessary repairs. The lessor must make necessary or major repairs such as structural defects, roof, walls, plumbings, electrical system, and etc. This this does not include minor repairs caused by ordinary wear and tear, of which are usually the lessee's responsibility. So next is obligation to maintain peacefully enjoyment. The lessor must ensure that the lessee can use the property without disturbance, enjoy it for entire lease period. This includes protection against legal disturbance or claims by the third person, acts of the lessor himself that interfere with with use. So example, failure to make necessary repair. Scenario, the lessor lends a house to a tenant. During the lease, the roof starts leaking badly due to the old damage. The lessor refused to repair it. So, explanation. Under Article 1654, the lessor is obligado or obliged to make necessary repairs. So, si lessor, obligado jud niya nga mo repair to keep the house stable for use. So, si lessor, obligado jud siya nga iya i-repair ang balay to be safe and kanang stable for use. His refusal is a violation of the law, and the lease may demand repairs, rent reduction, or even rescission. So, example 2, disturbance of peaceful enjoyment. So, scenario, a landlord rents out land to a farmer. Later, the landlord repeatedly enters the land and allows others to use part of it without the tenant's consent. So, explanation. This violates Article 1653. The lessor must maintain the lessee in a peaceful enjoyment even the landlord owns the property. He cannot interfere with tenants' lawful use using the lease period. So, once again, I am Francisco Grace, and thank you for watching and listening.